Hi guys, Owen Davies here from Golfshake.com, and in my hands I've got two new irons from Cleveland for the remainder of the 2017 season and moving into 2018. Now, really they've brought back an old favourite in the Launcher HB, so HB standing for high bore, a set which is very unusual in appearance, certainly for us in Europe, and then a more traditional looking iron which is a CBX. Now, I'm going to start with the more traditional looking one. They've got some technology in here really to help you get the ball in the air, find it easier to hit, and really get a lot of control into the green. So putting it down first up, as you would expect, from an iron that really is a mid-range, mid-handicapper and above iron. It's got quite a thick top line. It's got a brushed chrome finish, which I really like. A little bit of offset, but not too much. So I'm going to give this a go straight away and see how it feels. I'm expecting it to be pretty easy to hit, to be honest. Okay, and that does exactly what it says on the tin. Very easy to hit, pretty stable, nice high ball flight, as you expect. Now, in here they've got a large underscore cavity. What that's allowed them to do is move the weight further back, make it a bit easier to get up into the air. Also a lot of perimeter weighting around the outside here, making it a very stable club. And in the back there, some shock dampening as well. Now, where this iron comes into its own is actually some technology that Cleveland have used in their RTX3 wedges before, which is this face feel, or the feel balancing technology from the hosel. So they've taken some weight out of the hosel. They've actually created a little pocket in there, and that's allowed them to move the centre of balance or centre of gravity over towards the middle of the iron. At the moment, really the actual sweet spot is quite often towards the heel. Just with the design of the irons, the way the hosels are built, most irons, the sweet spot is a bit further towards the heel than most players would like it. Good players tend to hit it a little bit more out the heel, but your average golfer will hit it more towards the toe. So they've moved that centre of gravity a bit more towards the toe, and that means you get a bit more performance from your shot. So I'm going to give this another go. Okay, pretty easy to hit there. And what they've also done is they've taken some more technology from the very successful wedge range, which is these new zip grooves in there, and they put this into the iron, which means that when you hit it into the greens, you're going to get a bit more performance from the ball, a bit of drop and stop technology. So that's that iron. Moving on to the slightly more different looking iron. This is the high bore. Now, this is a set of clubs and a type of club that's been hugely successful over in the States. So if you're watching this over in the US, you'll be very familiar with this style of head. You'll see it on golf courses a lot. But over in Europe, they really haven't caught on. The technology hasn't been well received in the past. But there's so many people using it in the States and over in the Far East, it really can't be dismissed. And I would urge people in Europe, golfers in Europe, to really consider this. Now, it's pretty funky looking. It looks like a cross between a hybrid and an iron, so quite unusual. It has Cleveland's famed high bore technology, which basically means that the weight's been taken down in the head, moved further back, and you can see this really in the cavity, the cutout cavity in the back here. It's a hollow construction iron, but you can see how far back the head goes. It looks a bit like a hybrid. Massively thick top line as you look down on it. It's not my cup of tea at all as a better player, but if you're looking for that help, if you struggle with striking your irons and you really enjoy hitting hybrids, this is definitely one to look at. I'll give it a go, see how it performs. Okay, that was actually really nice off the face. Really buttery, soft feeling. Really surprised at how that went. It was very easy to hit indeed. I'm going to give it one more hit. Okay, a bit of a miss hit, but again flew quite nicely. Actually has a really nice sound to it as well. It's got a bit of a ring to it, bit more like a hybrid or a fairway wood that you might find in one of those. What you don't get with this is the zip grooves. You don't get the extra technology in the face balancing, but they don't need it because they've got so much weight to play around with on the bottom, moving it further back, that they can move that weight, that centre of gravity towards the middle anyway. So guys, I think this is it's not something you'd be able to combo between the two sets, but if you're struggling with your iron play and you really struggle to get the ball up into the air and hit it on a consistent basis, you really need to look at these. They're really worth considering and at least going to try them. If you can get over the looks, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at the performance. If you're after something middle price point, Cleveland are in that market right now. The CBX irons might be ones for you. Guys, if you've got any comments or you've got any questions about these two iron ranges, Please don't forget to comment below and we'll do our best to answer those questions. If you're watching us on YouTube and you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up, we really appreciate that. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and we'll see you next time.